properly when you see it, put it in you.
I see that.
Yeah.
I not see
So
it.
I'm my hash use out today.
Why we seeing the
Why you seeing you small though? Or is it
Yeah,
just me alone?
yeah.
stop sharing and share again.
Right. Well, are you seeing the screen here now with the presentation?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me start it here now. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. I will be doing my topic today, right? Which would be I'm starting off with this. So a drinking club with a running problem. What is a drinking club with a running problem? So I already know I could probably tell it. I already have some smiles on people's face after they seeing the second word there, right? But you see, look, I'm very laughing. But let's continue. So a drinking cup with a running problem. It is called hashing, right? So some of you all may have probably seen me posted pics. You all have heard me talking about it. Always asking, seeing me in these locations and these all over the forest in Trinidad, right? So before I start, please be advised. Disclaimer out there: drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. I have to make sure I put this here after you know all this on the motto there. All right. Secondly, all pictures used in the presentation were taken before COVID. So everything was before the pandemic happened. And because hash is going on right now during the pandemic and they are following protocols. So what is hashing? Right? So you also saw a drinking club with a running problem there earlier. So hashing basically is an outdoor activity where trails are set by a group of people called they are called hairs, right? So I'll touch on that later on. And you basically are following these trails. It's marked with paper or in some cases with flour, right? So you're actually trying to find where you're going. So hashes could be literally set like almost anywhere. So it's like some people would ask if it's like a hike. No, it's not necessarily a hike because a hike is like you already know the trail and you're going to one location. Where a hash, you have to find where you're going, right? So you'd see up here some of the shredded paper. They use the shredded paper because it would be easily decomposed, not to leave any litter in the environment. It would just wash off and deteriorate on its own, and the flour as well with the weather. Moving on. Okay, where did hash start? So where did this thing come about? Right? How long it's been going on for? So hashing actually has started back in Malaysia, right? Which was in 1938. So that's to tell you how long this has been going on for. So it was two guys back in Malaysia. They just wanted to take their fun with running and to get an excuse to drink, basically. And they just combined the two and they got hashing. And it has just like spread worldwide to what it is now. Why hash? Like how this is gonna benefit me. So with it here now, obviously, anything to do with exercising, running is good for your health. This would improve you a lot. It's extremely fun, especially if you have a high adventure side, because you're gonna be all over the place. You're gonna be running basically through not mountains, hills, through some nice scenic areas. It keeps you active. You want to get up. Dario said there earlier, you want to get a six pack. Come and start a hash. You'll see. Your six pack is going to come in within probably a month.
I'd get invited.
Yeah, you come and you just let me know, and I will let you know to come and hash. Beverages. Yes, that is spelled correct. So my manager didn't tell me anything, so it's a safe word. Meet new people and you build friendships, right? Everybody that I brought, one of the main comments they would tell me is like it's a lot of friendly people. Like if you have to follow with somebody in the hash, which is kind of rare, it's because there's a lot of friendly people. Relieves your stress. Exercising is good for you. It might be like a really tough stress reliever. Beverages again, I'm not sure why this would repeat in itself. It probably has a lot of it. Lengthen your lifespan. As being on the healthier side, exercising, keeping active, it will make you live longer. The scenery, trust me, I for one could attest to this. And if you've seen me posting anything, the scenery is amazing. You might go in a normal area like Maracas. When you go Maracas, you just go on the beach, Richards Bay and Shack. I have seen areas in Maracas you never thought it would have had. When you turn around by the beach and you see the mountain in the back there, imagine it had hashes going all through in the back there. Beverages again. I'm not sure why this would keep repeating itself, but I know a lot of people they're smiling right now because they saw a bear in the top right corner of the screen and they want to know what's going on. I'll touch on some of the groups that set the hashes. So you have the Port of Spain hash house. You have the Men's Monday Madness. Then you have the Wasi Women's Wednesday and the Trinidad and Tobago hash house. So each of these groups set runs. So Port of Spain, they basically are 37 years old. They made 37 years this year, right? And it started with Peter and Robin. So they, again, two drunken expats. Same issue with Malaysia, they brought it here. Thank goodness for both of them. Now we have this amazing sport here in Trinidad now. So for the past 37 years, they founded the Port of Spain Hash House Harriers, and it has been continuing since then. The Trinidad Hash House, they are fairly new. They are probably like a year in existence, between a year to a year and a half. So they set hashes on, which is on a Saturday, right? Port of Spain as well. So last Saturday when there, Trinidad had theirs in Las Cuevas. This Saturday coming here, Port of Spain would have theirs in Komuto. So they go Saturday, just like that. Port of Spain this week, TNT the next week. The Men's Monday Madness. So this is an all men's team of hairs, right? I start to touch on hairs there soon. And I will let you know more about the live runs as well. So these are normally live runs that are set. So the Men's Monday Madness is 24 years old. So their runs are normally set the same week that Port of Spain would have theirs. So today's Wednesday. So Monday gone, there was a run. It's usually in town. And I believe today would be the Women's Wednesday, because today is Wednesday. All right, so you'd see some of the pictures here with some of the live runs that it had with the Men's Monday run. And moving on to the Wasi Women's Wednesday. So it would have a run today, I believe, with the Wasi Women's Wednesday. It's an all-females hair team. They would set their runs. They use flour. So in runs like this, they would use the flour, right? Because they're running through basically Port of Spain, so they would put flour on the ground. I believe Melissa, at the on work, she was passing through Port of Spain and saw flour on the ground. And one was in a circle, and she actually thought it was obia, but when I explained to her about hash, she was like, "Oh, that's what's going on. Why I see flour all over Port of Spain?" Not knowing is our run was being set. So, as you can see, some of the pictures here. I believe they did that Easter run that year. So in the middle picture there, you'd see the flour on the ground. And these are some of the runs. Now, hairs. So you all heard me use the term hairs. The runs are set by hairs. So basically a group of people who will set the trail, and let's say I want to set a hash. I could come and say, hey, Dario and Marie, we want to set a hash next month. And we pick a location and you do something called a recce. So you go to the locations before, like probably like 3 Saturdays before, and you set where you want to have your hash. And on the day, you have your hash there to do. So the hairs would be along you during the run, because they alone know the correct trail. So let's say me and Dario are with the runners, because there are a trail for the walkers as well. So you have to set a trail for walkers, for people who won't be able to keep up with the runners. So I would be probably with the front runners. Then you'll have a next here who is to the back. He would be doing something called sweeping to make sure that that is the last person to come out. So he would just be taking his time coming back out. So if anybody is behind, to show them the correct direction. So you would see some of the hairs here. I feel notice they would get the jerseys as well and match for each run. Let's see. So hash terms. So these are some of the things you need to know when hashing. So false trails. So like I said, it's set trails, but there are wrong ones as well. So example, we are in Flo Kunape. You run outside of the building, and let's see, you have to make a right to go to KFC, you make a left to go to the police station. One of those trails is the correct one. So let me say you go right, and you reach the KFC and you see an X on the ground. That's a wrong trail. So you have to turn around now, run back down, and find where you're going. Which the correct trail is probably to the left to go to the police station. Warning. Warning is usually coming down to the end of the hash. Once you see this, it's like a sign of relief because the hash is almost done. And basically, yeah, you're coming down to the end of the hash. On, you're behind this the most. So while you're running on paper, so one of the main things you need to remember while hashing is you have to run on paper or the flower. If you are not seeing any, turn around because you are going the wrong way. Right? So while running, you're going to be hearing hash shouting out on throughout the hash. A hash name, you usually get a hash name. They probably get it random, but I know in most cases some of them will get it for doing some nonsense, and you wouldn't like your hash name. So I suggest you don't get a hash name. So I'll continue with some more of the terms. So you're running, let's say, Dario, you come a hash and you go in, but you're seeing paper, but you're still a little iffy. If you're on the correct trail, you could always shout out, are you? And any hashers to the front of you, they would shout out the command before on, so you would know you're going in the correct direction. You're going to bounce up a check, which is a circle of paper or the flower. When you bounce up a check, that means you're looking for the correct trail. So the example again, Kunapir, you come downstairs, you see a circle. You can either go straight, you could go left, you could go right. Sometimes it might have a little hill, you have to go down the hill. You're looking for the correct trail. Back check. You may hear some bad words if you hear somebody shout out bad back check because it is not a nice thing. So that same check that you bounce up there, you may bounce up another one later on, and it probably have a lot of false trails there. And then it may be a back check because you have to go back to the check before and then search again. The dong is usually the end of the hash. They have like a little ceremony, introduce like any new hashers, the hairs, and a few other stuff I'm going to be touching on as well. But it's the end of the hash and a little ceremony thereafter. So a beverage stop. Yes, on the hash, it does have a beverage stop. Right? Sorry for the pause there, I did that on purpose. But it has it, so you maybe just go in and there usually are beverages. So depends on like depends on what the hair is put. So you will get like, you know, water and beverages in between. It actually works. Like, trust me, I don't take water, but just give it like that extra boost to finish the hash. What not to do on a hash? Yes, so you come in a hash, you probably bring a significant other, you probably bring your ex, you bring your girlfriend, the outside woman, I do not know. But don't act all lovey-dovey. You in the bush looking to find where you're going, and all you feel this is, I don't know, all in a beach house by all yourself, all in the Hyatt. No. On your phone, this happened to a guy, I running and I'm hearing Kes playing. Then 20 minutes after I hear Destra, I want to know what's going on in the bush. I hear what's going on inside here. And at that time, I got a call. And I like, dude, I cannot answer you here right now because I know the person who called me. Because I'm going to get what's going to happen in the next slide here. Some hashes, it have like farmlands. So they would advise you before, watch where you're running because it would have farmers planting crops. Don't run through the fields, or be careful of destroying any crops or picking the people's fruits and vegetables. Do not waste your beverage, please. Most important as well, do not litter. They do not tolerate it. If you walk with water, you went in with it, you come back out with it. By the best stop, beverage stop, my apologies. It usually has like a garbage bag. You could always put your stuff in there. Or when you reach back out, you throw away your stuff. Do not litter. Why don't do any of these things? In the down, you will be nominated for PUFTA. So anybody caught breaking the rules this is how you're going to end up. So this is one. You will end up in this dress, or in some cases, right? And you have to come the next hash in it, right? It had another dress, but I don't think I would have been allowed to put that here. Ellen might have booked me, but you would probably have to come the next hash in it. So you could see the picture on the left here. She had come in this hash wearing back the dress. So there is something also called new shoes. So let's say you start a hash, you got brand new shoes, you're ready to come out, you're ready to run, your shoes is fresh. This is what's gonna happen during the down. You're gonna get nominated. Trust me, if I invite you and I know your shoes is new, I am going to make you out because I have been through it. And this is what happens. And unfortunately for me, just please hope when you come in on new shoes, try to time a hash where the sun is hot so it will be dry. Because I went this hash and it was full of mud. Rain was falling whole day. So I make sure to wash out my shoes, and trust me, I get make out before the hash starts. I had a video with me, but unfortunately when I changed phones, I lost all my videos. But I managed to get back some. But at least I managed to get these two pictures here. Some of the hash runs. So there's a run which happens, I believe, since I'm hashing for the last 5 years. I've been to 2 of these runs, which is the Red Dress Charity Run, as the name says, right? It's a live run. It's done for charity, where you would be doing a run. This one was in South, and I believe this next one here was in Port of Spain. So when they did the boat, I can't remember what they did the charity for the one in Port of Spain. South, I believe that year it had the flood and one of the hurricanes passed, and it had the big flood in South. And we actually raised funds. People actually passed and asked us. And when we told them what the run was about, because I mean, they passed and they just seen all these people here in red dress and they want to know what's going on. So people actually came in and contributed. So like they brought toilet paper and water and all this kind of stuff, and they carried it the next week and donated it to families. So yes, that was when my hair was high. Don't judge me. Live runs. So the live runs are set based, it's mainly in town, or it would have something called a pub crawl, which is they run from bar to bar. All right, so that one you usually have to pay like about $50. And if you're not drinking, then I don't think you have to pay any. But the hairs, they take like a head start. So let's say me, Dario, and we're setting a run. It's a live run. We say we want 5 minutes. We use flour. So with these runs, they use flour. And we have 5 minutes to actually run and set our trail. So I would probably, let's say I'm the main here, I know the correct trails. I would be dropping my flour on the ground like a normal hash. Dario would probably be putting some of the X's, and we would just be, we probably knew it before, but you actually have 5 minutes to do a run there compared to the hashes on Saturday where you go before and you take your time, you put your paper, you set it, and you know. This one, you have 5 minutes to run and you're setting your trail while you're running. When that 5 minutes is up, everybody else is coming after. If you are caught, I believe you have to sponsor everybody beverages. Keep looking at this, but yes. So as you can see, these are some of the pictures here of after some of the runs. And there's all of them always smiling. So it's always our vibes in the hash. It's Hash International. Yes, it is. As I said earlier, it started in Malaysia. It has spread worldwide. So if you're going away, you could probably just look it up on social media. Most of them have Facebook pages, and you would find a hash in that area. It's all Jamaica, Barbados. I even told Halima, well, we know Halima probably not going to be getting my hash, but it have the Jamaican hash, Barbados hash, have in the US, London, you name it, hash is all over the world. I included this one here as there's something called interhash, where every 2 years the winning country, they get to host interhash. So hashers from all over the world, they come and, well, whatever the country has set. It's like I believe it's a 5-day, no, a week-long event. And this Trinidad actually won for 2020, but unfortunately COVID. So I said, let me show you guys what it would have had in 2020. So it's been postponed to 2022. So it was going to start off with a red dress run. Then they would have had a pre-dawn juve run and breakfast party, the opening of interhash. Then we would have more runs on the Saturday, and even an all-inclusive fete to end off, well, actually 2 all-inclusive fetes to just end off the entire thing. So it was going to have like runs all over Trinidad all day. Vibes on the hash, like I told you all earlier, you always see them smiling, they're always enjoying themselves. And Porsche did their milestone run. So they did their 1,000th run back in 2018. Right, so what they did was a 3-day event, a red dress run, a live run with in the night, a headlamp run, and then they celebrated the 1,000th hash on the Saturday. So day 1, red dress run. And if I any of these pics, well, you see me. Right, so this was on that, well, in 2018, yes, for the red dress run. Again, I'm running 3/4 spin in there. I never thought I'd actually do something like this, but it was like really fun. And trust me, it was exciting. It was a good experience. Then you went on to day 2, which was the headlamp run. So this was in Woodbrook. So all of us in those 2 runs, all past the Savannah, all inside IMAX, by the compound by IMAX there. It was amazing. Day 3, they did the 1,000th run milestone. This was in Tacarigua. The meeting spot was by Hot Shots. So the video you saw there with them doing the electric slide, that was after the 1,000th run there. They limed in Hot Shots thereafter. All right, so I just included some extra pics here for you guys. And where are hashes set? So like I said, hashes could be set almost anywhere. You could feel free to ask me questions during this part here because I'm just going to be showcasing some of the areas. All right. So this was in Mud Volcano in Pinal. This guy does bring his golden retrievers. I haven't seen them in a while, but these dogs actually just do the whole hash. And you'll see some familiar faces too. So you're going deep south, up on the north, Maracas. Some more of Maracas. And you will see the picture to the top right, that's the awning, where you come down to the end of the hash. So we went from Pinal to Maracas, all the way to Balandra. So some of the scenic areas, so they made the hash all around to the waterfall. Hey, what's? Oh my God, I apologize. Why did my slide show this? All right, so we are in Balandra. All right, so while this loads, you all can free to ask any questions.
People ever get drunk?
Ah, yes, all the time.
So
So after
would
you
like
run
to
and
know-
sweat you up, I confused.
like,
After
how
you
you
run
doing
and
I
now?
would
sweat
like
you up
to
all
know,
yourself, all
Freddie.
you going online?
Yeah, well, they usually
The lime is not a problem, you know. Is after you burn off all those calories to try and put it back on.
after, and then it have a
Freddie.
stop in between. So after all of that, they literally lime after. So some places usually like the showers right there. So like Maracas, they would have the shower there one time, and you would wash off. This was in Chaguaramas. Was the Arboretum. See, I had a ball in this pool here.
Where's that located exactly?
That's Chaguaramas.
No, that well, yeah, but past what? Where you going in the where to get to that place? I've never seen that place before.
And the same
Yeah,
road
I
to
don't
go
know.
Bamboo Cathedral, and say turning left to go, you turn
Yeah.
right and you go to the Arboretum.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That's a natural pool there, or that's something they built inside.
They built it inside, and I believe it's supposed to be with rainwater running through. So it's supposed to
Okay.
be
Definitely spring water. Come straight
yeah,
from the
spring
spring
water.
hill.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
So it was here, Pina, it had hashing Kuva, it had hashing Claxton Bay. This week is Kumuto. Ash is like,
Basically, hash is about drinking and running.
yes,
All you ever
I'll
had
run
to
a club
tote
with that
anybody?
drinking problem.
yes, that's how they got me to.
All you ever had to tote
Sylvester,
anybody?
I would like to know what is your hash name.
I don't have a hash name.
Are you
but
lying, sir?
I just have my universal, once you're tall, you're just universally, you all over, you're just tall, man. So,
You sure about that?
yes.
Well,
All
I
of
think
that
next
is-
time I will go a hash with you and I would be asking questions.
Don't go with a new shoe.
Although
Of
next,
course not. And I will come back to tell the whole team what's your hash name.
I wonder, I
Nah.
say what I the army.
although if they view this, and if the hash master might be wicked enough to probably give no one, but I should not have said that. But yeah, so that is there for now. But I don't I just thought, man, anyway. So
Okay.
hash names. But yes. But you enjoy it, you go and do a run, you come back again, a bit in between, and you come back, you get a beverage after. I have a disclaimer. I don't know who said about drinking that just now, but my disclaimer is at the beginning of this slide.
Approximately how much should this cost, Preddie?
It's free. The live runs, because how it's like you're going from bar to bar, you'll be getting beverages by each bar. So you might hit it's like basically a bar hop, pub crawl, because it's a pub crawl. So you're running. So imagine you just run like 4 kilometers, you now hit the first bar. Then the second bar might be 2 kilometers thereafter. Then you might run to the third one, which is the next kilometer thereafter. And you're going just like that until you come back to the first one. Just when it's
Preddie, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So that new shoes, you drinking out of it before the hash start?
That time I have to do it after.
Good one.
After? That stinky,
Yes.
smelly thing you drinking
So-
out of that?
No, you clean your shoes when you're done. That is a
Yes.
brand new, like one for the first time. And I actually have a new shoes here right now. And I know I'm gonna get it. So when I say I'm going to hash next month, because I won't be able to hash this Saturday. But when I go out next month, it's gonna get christened.
Oh, good.
I want to go by Frighten.
No, the first time I saw it, I was like, huh? And then, like, because the first time I heard about hashing was I was training to do hardcore, and one of my Jamaican friends, he's a hasher. He was here, but he's back in Jamaica, and he was telling us about it, and we was like, "Who's this running thing?" And then we was like, "Again, you gotta find where you're going." And all of us was like, "Nah, boy." So then one of our friends, they went because it had my next friend in the gym. He was trying to invite people all the time. So she actually went, and she came back, and she was like, "Hey, you only had to try this thing." And then our next person in the team went, and she was like, "Hey, she correct." And then I was the fourth one to go. I said, "Okay, no, let me give it a try." And then since then, all of us just kept going. I invited Hero. Well, Hero always coming. Toya came. Toya always coming. Halima's first one, she got a tough hash for her first one. Like, think about it. The only thing with it is you won't know exactly how hard a hash is. So if you have some form of fitness, it'll be good. But
I fear none.
Halima curse a whole week. Halima curse a whole week. I can attest to that. Pretty. Pretty.
You could go to walk on trail, you would survive.
Nah, me ain't walking. I ain't want to look like Noems.
Pretty, I wanna come a hash. I wanna come one of those hash.
She died.
With an open mind, because like you see, that's why anybody that I invite, I make sure to let them know, hey, these are some of the stuff. So next thing you see somebody come and then you touch, excuse, no, don't touch me with that. This is something I'm updating you with it before. So these are some of the stuff you're going to be expecting. So especially if your shoes is new, like I said, I will be making you out.
But how new is new?
It's brand new.
No, well, I go travel in it before I come.
Nah, if it's looking too new and they get marked, I sorry. One of my friends almost get puffed. I came close to getting puffed twice, but I got away, thank goodness. But the new shoes, I know I'm gonna get it with this one here because I actually haven't hiked in it because still I'm away for hash first because they have seen me in my other shoes before, and this one is gonna be like a fresh one. So I'm gonna christen it in hash and then I'll start hiking it.
Oh, you want to drink in it? All right, all right.
Pretty, thank you. I have never heard about it, so definitely thank you for a whole new world, boy. Wow.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. I thought you all drink after the hash is finished, the run is finished. I didn't know you all drinking in between.
Yeah, that's the live runs. Well, probably like by the stop you would get. If you drink like a water, you still even if you don't drink, you'll get a water in your shoes. I mean, if it's new, but whatever it is, you would be getting something. So they're catering for both.
The rest I see in here. I want to eat.
So as well. Like, what's the average cost?
Cost per hash?
Yeah.
When I started, they used to just take like a contribution of $10, but now they don't. Only like the live runs, they would take $50 because they would have to buy stuff at each bar.
Okay. Cool.
To eat, what they do is like the area that they go, they would go to like certain like people, small businesses in the area, and they would let them know, okay, hey, well, the chance probably just be, she probably have a best roti down in, like you said, Toko. So they would be familiar with the people in the area and be like, hey, sometimes they would do catering, so you message them before. You go on the Facebook page, the Port of Spain Hash House Harriers, TNT Hash House Harriers, the men's and the women's one, they are part of Port of Spain. So you would see the runs posting, the date and time, and sometimes they would cater before, so you have to message and let them know, okay, hey, put aside one for me. And sometimes when you go, they would let you know if it have food on sale. So let me know, okay, it have roti on sale, it have oil long on sale.
Oh, so they'll come at and swing in?
No, it would have food on sale.
Oh,
so
okay.
Depending on the area, they would either cater. If it don't have somebody there cooking, they would do a cater. Or if it have somebody in here who does cook, they would let them know, hey, we're doing a run. People are gonna come. You're selling roti. Like it had a hash in Rizal. No, Esperanza. I had a gyro truck. I get gyros in that hash. So And some might get oiled down and it's just way. Or if you want to bring your own food, you can bring your own food.
Pretty, when you going when I want to go. I ain't going by myself and next time I got a fool out there with my tongue open, mouth rolling, I want to dead.
But
So
the
Pretty,
distance
do they
usually
do
varies.
they have
Some
like
does be like
Delicia, when you going, I will go.
No
Melissa?
problem.
some does
Melissa?
usually be like about you might end up running about 8 kilometers, could be 10, depending on how long the hairs want to set it. I think
Oh.
somebody asked me if you had to put out somebody before.
Do y'all have like you know, an ambulance or anything rolling through? So let's
Oh,
say
no,
sure.
disclaimer, you are running at your own risk.
Well,
So
so Pretty, somebody cop out from a little 2 car. Nobody tell them. Put them in the van. No smelling salts, nothing. You on your own?
Mr. We
what
have been up yet,
the
up.
Hashmaster before did is they put like some emergency stuff. Like they would have the hairs would be in the safety vest, and it would have the person sleeping. So the last hair to come out to make sure that nobody is left behind. I think there was a case where a lady capped out. That was how long? Well, a few years back. I remember I was in Chagramas, and well, I believe she don't really do any activities at all, and she came while she was feeling ill.
Oh,
So you come to do something like this while you are sick, and she ended up knocking out. So that put out, yes. But
I real love for hash boy.
Pretty, hard to run, boy, but I appreciate
yeah.
all the lessons learned. Thank you very
Yeah.
Thank
much,
you
and you
very
will be
much.
hearing
This was
from me.
nice.
Sounds Pretty. Bye bye.
Thank
Let's go.
you.
I'll be seeing y'all in some of the
Later.
hatches.
For sure you see it. For sure, for sure, for sure. 2021
Encouragement
is
Bye,
mine.
sportsman.
Pretty. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
boys.
take care.
Yes,
Bye.
Hi,
Yes,
guys.
thanks, Freddie. This was really good.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Please tell them.
Bye.
Forward.
I will. Bye-bye.
Yes, I hit record.